8th of March every year is marked as International Women's Day across the world, and many girls and women still face discrimination in schools, at the workplace, and in the society. To change this narrative and ensure more sensitization, some advocates in Lagos State are saying no to gender-based violence and disparity. Inyolu Akpopola has details.
According to the United Nations, gender equality is one of the Sustainable Development Goals, which represents not just a human right, but a foundation to a peaceful world. Although women in Nigeria make up about 50% of the country's population, they still face discrimination in education, leadership, decision-making, among others. At a forum, these advocates say it starts from the family, then the society, and the government.
Understand their rights. You see a lot of women suffering in Africa. They are living with abusive partners. They're in relationships that, are abusing them. And, even in the workplace, there's gender-based bias. So for us as an organization, we thought that we are the ones facing these issues. Yes, international organizations may give us various themes to work with every year, but we in Nigeria, we thought that, okay, we are the ones facing these issues. How can we speak to this thing?
We need to ensure that there is a level of education for women. And when we say that, people say, but women go to school. It's not enough. It is really not enough. So maybe we judge by the urban areas. But in the rural areas, let's go and see how many, sometimes even in the urban areas, go to homes and see how many girls are actually going to school. We need to educate women more. And it goes beyond just the 4 walls of a school. There has to be that constant talk.
They also note that educating both the boys and girls will ensure less cases of gender-based violence.
We should have this series, that's 1-minute series that just educate people and reorient the Nigerian population that it's okay to be safe and to create more safe environment for their kids, for their spouses, and for the nation.
I just feel that when we make scapegoats of defaulters, then the laws can work.
Nigeria has beautiful documents like the Constitution. They have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. They have documents such as the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. All those documents are very progressive, and I talk about what government is supposed to do, to balance equality. I think that the government should implement its commitment.
For many women, they advise on the need to speak out on cases of violence. Inyolu Akpopola, TVC News, Lagos.
All right, I have joining me via Zoom the founder, Women in Data Africa, to discuss this year's theme, Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Moyolua Anoma, thank you for joining us on the news.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right, let's begin with how far we have come with regards to digital technology that is opening new doors for global empowerment of women and girls and other marginalized groups. How far we have come as a country?
So speaking from experience as a Black woman, although I'm no longer in Nigeria, I believe that we still have a long way to go. Although we started the conversation, we started the narration, we started having communities that are tailored to helping women break into tech, but we still have a long way to go. Worldwide, I think we have about 25% of women in tech, and I cannot begin to imagine how many percent of that 25% are Black women or even Nigerians specifically. But I believe that we are on the right path. I also believe that with the internet, with communities, with the systems that communities provide for women, we will get there eventually.
All right, then talk to us about the persisting gender gap in digital access and how it is keeping women from unlocking their full potential.
When it comes to the existing gap that currently exists in the tech industry, I like to think about it that it exists in almost every country, not just in Nigeria or Africa as a whole. Right now, everyone knows we have more men in the tech industry. Everyone knows we need more women in the tech industry. Everyone knows if we have more women in the tech industry, the gap the gap that exists will be bridged, which is why I decided to start Women in Data Africa in the first place, to bridge that certain gap that exists not only in the tech industry, but also in the data field. I believe, like I said before, we have a long way to go, but I also believe that women also have to make the decision to want to build their careers or their tech careers for themselves. Say Twitter, for example, everyone talks about how, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to upskill, you need to do this, you need to do that. But there's this stigma that still exists that sort of prevents women to go ahead to build their careers in tech, which is what we're trying to do as a community in WIDA, and also what we're trying to do in the tech community in general.
All right, Moye Olua Anoma, thank you for your time on the news.